You're watching WYLN TV 35. Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Julia Wiegand. Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton held an online meeting yesterday to talk coronavirus concerns. WYLN's Phil Kaufman has more.
Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton continues to work with the community as they stand on the front lines fighting the pandemic. Some of those leading the charge joined together for a press conference to keep the community updated.
First off, I want to say thank you to our community. You have delivered on the things that we've asked you to do. You have done a great job at improving our social distancing, at staying at home. And I'll tell you, we're going to share where we are today, and I truly think we're on the right road. And I truly think, and I think the physicians in the room will also agree, it has made a difference in the greater Hazleton area.
Mr. Fletcher emphasized that this is not over. It is a critical and crucial time for the community as to where we go from here. We cannot take our foot off the gas, emphasizing the social distancing guidelines. The meeting then turned over to Dr. Valent, who addressed LVHN's numbers.
Currently, we have 22 people in the hospital as of today that are COVID positive. We peaked at about 30, and that peak was a little over a week or so ago, and we seem to have leveled off. We've been at this pace here now for about a week or so. We've had a total of somewhere between 80 and 90 total patients admitted to the hospital with COVID-19 disease. Obviously, with having 22 left in the building, we've discharged probably about 70 patients or so.
In the northeast Pennsylvania area, Luzerne County continues to have the highest number of cases, with the Hazleton area accounting for 59% of that total. Dr. Michael Evans says that we are continuing with the first phase of limiting the spread.
So the first phase of the public health effort, so to speak, was to assemble the community leaders and do what we could from a mitigation effort to try to suppress the spread of the virus. And that's what we've been doing. That's been the stay at home, that's been the social distancing, that's been the hand washing, all of these things that we've done. And we're still there. We're still in that first phase where we're trying to suppress the rate of spread of the virus.
A continuing point to make from each individual was that we seem to have begun to plateau or level out in case increase, but each still reminded us that that does not mean stopping what we're doing.
We seem to have a slight plateau at this point, but I don't think anybody should let their guard down, and I feel that with my patients that I talk to every day. Everyone has accepted that this is a new way to live life and a new temporary, hopefully, normal.
Before finishing, Mr. Fletcher wanted to address one of the major questions many have asked. What can we do to help?
Continue to maintain the social distancing, the stay at home, the washing of hands, because I will tell you, that's how we keep our healthcare workers safe, is by you doing what you need to do and what we all need to do in the community.
Reporting from WYLN News, this is Philip Kaufman.
Thanks, Phil. Governor Tom Wolf and the Secretary of Health announced the statewide stay-at-home order was extended. The orders first issued April 1st will be extended until Friday, May 8th. Dr. Rachel Levine said although the state's starting to see a downward trend in the number of positive COVID-19 cases, we need to proceed carefully moving forward, meaning non-life-sustaining business closures remain in effect, and residents are only permitted to leave their homes for essential tasks or jobs. The governor recommends that people continue wearing masks in public. Law enforcement will continue to focus on ensuring residents and businesses are aware of the order and continue to practice social distancing. The drive-through COVID-19 testing site was officially opened yesterday at Mohegan Center Arena in Wilkes-Barre Township. It was open Monday to healthcare workers and first responders only. In all, 49 symptomatic individuals were tested at the site. Today, it was open to those 65 and older. The site's open daily from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Pre-registration's required a day in advance and can be done by visiting health.pa.gov. The site in Wilkes-Barre Township has a limit of 20 patients per day. A new report was released by the Pennsylvania Department of Health on the number of positive and negative COVID-19 cases by zip code in the state. Data showed the greater Hazleton area accounts for nearly 59% of positive cases in Luzerne County. The 18201 zip code had the most confirmed cases than any other zip code across the state, followed by 18202. In Luzerne County, the number of confirmed cases increased by 26 since Sunday. A total of 36 deaths have been reported. Over 100 Luzerne County employees will be furloughed until the end of May due to the pandemic. County Manager David Pedri said the decision was based on economic and safety concerns. Revenue in the county has decreased since the start of the pandemic. 128 employees will be furloughed until May 31st, but will be eligible for continued county health care coverage. The furloughs take effect this Friday, but could be extended depending on the COVID-19 situation. It will save the county around $600,000 in payroll costs. Now over to Schuylkill County, where officials also announced furloughs for 65 employees. As with Luzerne, Schuylkill County also faces financial shortfalls after the coronavirus changed the way residents and governments perform. County commissioners asked each department about the absolute minimum number of employees they need to function. From there, letters went out to the affected employees Friday. At this time, commissioners are not considering any firings or layoffs. Furloughs are expected to last for the minimum time that's necessary. A Hazleton man was arraigned today for allegedly sexually assaulting an underage girl. 28-year-old Vincent Cropper was arrested and has been in jail since March on charges of rape of a 15-year-old girl. He was arraigned on similar offenses after another girl came forward. The teen stated she was visiting family at Cropper's residence during the 2018 holiday season when Cropper assaulted her. He faces additional charges of aggravated indecent assault and criminal attempt to commit rape, among similar charges. Police said Cropper was the subject of multiple sexual assault investigations and that there may be more victims who can contact Hazleton Police Detective Sergeant David Roddick at 570-233-0863. A Wilkes-Barre Township woman found herself behind bars after refusing to wear a mask, causing uproar at a Wilkes-Barre Township retailer. 20-year-old Atlandrith Owens allegedly threw a tantrum after a store manager at a Dollar General told her she needed to wear a mask to enter the East End Century business. Police discovered she was wanted on allegations of failing to appear in court on an aggravated assault offense. She was charged with disorderly conduct, false identification, and violating orders imposed by the State Department of Health. She was taken to prison for lack of $1,000 bail. Police in Sugarloaf Township are asking for the public's help identifying 2 individuals involved in a burglary. The pair pictured here are allegedly wanted for their involvement in a burglary at Valley Scoops on Route 93, April 12th. Anyone with information on their identities is asked to send Sugarloaf Township Police a Facebook message or call 570-788-5339. All information will be kept confidential. And police are on the lookout for a suspect in a gas station armed robbery near Frackville late Monday afternoon. West Mahanoy Township Police are looking for the man responsible for robbing the Unimart Exxon on Altamont Boulevard near Frackville shortly before 5 p.m. Monday. Police say the masked individual entered the business, asked the clerk for a carton of cigarettes, and pointed a firearm at the clerk to empty the register before fleeing the scene on foot. The suspect, described as a white male standing from 6 foot to 6'5", weighing 180 pounds, wearing a gray hoodie, black hat, a light-colored surgical mask, and light blue jeans. Anyone with information is being asked to contact the West Mahanoy Township Police Department at 570-462-2360. Coming up on Wyln News, one local hospital celebrates its first COVID-19 patient taken off her ventilator being discharged, plus some stimulus check tips. But first, We'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the Wyln Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
It's okay that everybody ignores me when I drive. It's fine, because I get a safe driving bonus check every 6 months I'm accident-free. Because I don't use my cell phone when I'm driving, even though my family does and leaves me all alone. Here's something else. I don't share it with Mom. Right, Mom? I have a brand new putter you don't even know about. It's awesome.
Safe driving bonus checks only from Allstate. Switching to Allstate is worth it.
Visit your local Allstate agent, the McNeilis Agency in Hazleton at 1092 North Church Street, or in Hometown the Hometown Village Square.
CARES is a local and family-owned agency dedicated to providing exceptional services for individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities throughout Pennsylvania. CARES specializes in day and residential services, respite, home and community, behavior supports, and chaperone vacations. At CARES, the participants are the VIPs. Now contracting life-sharing and respite providers, CARES, empowering individuals to maximize their opportunities and potential in their community.
Looking for information on the coronavirus pandemic? Make sure it's from a reliable source. Go to WYLNTV.com and click on the Lehigh Valley Health Network banner for the real facts about the coronavirus pandemic. And watch WYLN News live at 5:30 for updates on this ongoing crisis. The source matters now more than ever. WYLN, we're your local network.
Staff over at Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton celebrated as its first COVID-19 patient taken off a ventilator was discharged. Miguela Altagra Collada of Hazleton spent 19 days at the hospital, 10 of which were on a ventilator. She said she felt sick at work and was admitted to the hospital the next day. She's now at home with her son, on the road to recovery, with assistance from the Lehigh Valley Home Care Team. She also said she feels excellent and contributes this to many prayers, as well as the entire hospital staff. A New Jersey company with labs in both Hazleton and Nanticoke's developing testing capabilities for the coronavirus. The AccuReference Medical Lab in Hazleton Urgent Care on South Church Street and their lab in Nanticoke have been creating more tests for the deadly virus since last month, including a test for antibodies. All the work the lab's been doing has already been approved for emergency use authorization. You can visit their website for more information on their progress. Union officials canceled a planned protest Monday that would have taken place outside Wilkes-Barre General Hospital. The decision came after the company agreed to negotiate about proposed layoffs of nurses amid the coronavirus pandemic. Organizers decided a group gathering, even with its small size and practicing social distancing, wasn't the best option at this point in time. Last week, Wilkes-Barre General announced 6 nurses in the case management unit would be laid off and lose their health benefits May 1st. The hospital said fewer patients are seeking their care as a result of postponing elective and non-essential procedures. Both sides are expected to continue negotiations this week. The Department of Banking and Securities has some tips for Pennsylvanians receiving paper stimulus checks. Pennsylvanians should receive their stimulus checks in paper check form instead of direct deposit. For any consumer cashing their government check through a licensed check casher or a registered retail check cashier like a grocery store, a maximum fee of 1.5% of the check value may be assessed. If an establishment charges more than 1.5%, keep all records of it and check out dobs.pa.gov or call 1-800-PA-BANKS immediately. You can also check online or call to be sure the establishment is properly licensed or registered. Coming up on Hanover Township's News Choice, stimulus check scams on this Trooper Talk Tuesday in Community and You. Plus, a socially distant air show. Details just up ahead, so stay with us.
Coronavirus is now in our community and changing the way we live, but rest assured that your partners at Lehigh Valley Health Network are here for you. If you think that you have coronavirus or been exposed to someone who does, the most important thing you can do is stay home. Lehigh Valley Health Network is providing free screenings online and by phone. Complete an e-visit, call the MyLVHN hotline, or do an LVHN video visit. Know the symptoms, get the facts, and get screened from home at lvhn.org/COVID-19.
You've seen university advertising. A student like me pitching you the same old ideas. But I'm not gonna do that.
Instead, I'm gonna tell you what you can do with a Penn State degree. You can help anyone. Go anywhere. Create! And with 20 campuses to choose from, you'll always feel at home.
Look, Penn State is amazing, but your best years are just beginning. Come find out for yourself.
Have your event with Whitetail, graduation, birthday, bachelor, reunion parties? They have the most tranquil backyard experience with beautiful mountains in the background. If your company or business wants a different alternative to a golf outing, they have outings that can accommodate you. You can have the entire facility to yourself. They will work with you to set up your day of events. Sporting clay competitions, trap and wobble trap games, skeet. After a day of shooting, you'll return to a meal designed for you. Call Mike at 570-535-6123 for available group options.
WYLN presents Community Update on the Coronavirus, Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. with rebroadcast at 7 p.m. and 10 a.m. the following morning. Brought to you by the Lehigh Valley Health Network, PBS 39, Adams Outdoor, and WYLN TV 35. We're your local network.
Welcome to Community and You here on WYLN. I'm Julia Wiegand, and yet another Trooper Talk Tuesday is in place with Trooper Anthony Petrosky practicing that social distancing via iPad. Thank you for tuning in with us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Glad to be here, even though I didn't leave my office.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, right now with COVID-19 and the pandemic, we are seeing a lot of stimulus-related scams when it comes to President Donald Trump's the stimulus bill and all the money that they're getting to people that are suffering right now due to businesses being closed or forced to be laid off by their owners and whatnot. Now, how can people, first of all, I guess we'll start off with how identifiable are they?
Well, here's the thing. As far as the stimulus check, there's nothing you have to do to register for this. You do not have to contact anybody. As long as you filed your tax returns and, you pay your taxes every year, you're going to have no issue getting this. You're not going to have to require to talk to somebody about it or fill anything out, or more importantly, give somebody gift cards in order to receive your stimulus check. Unfortunately, scammers like to accept gift cards as payment because they're not traceable. So, that's the number one thing right there. If somebody contacts you or sent you a letter saying you have to pay this amount of money or you have to provide this amount of information to receive your stimulus check, it's a scam. Don't do it.
And people should also be watching for, robocalls or, calls to claiming that they're from the government or the IRS or involved with the CARES Act, But it's tough for some people sometimes to understand that this is how the government works. This is how this check will be given to you. It's automatic. It's almost hard to believe, but it will be automatic. So, it's almost like, let's get this clear. Nobody will contact you.
Right, and it is hard to believe, but it is automatic. That's the important thing. But also, one thing you have to remember is the IRS isn't going to contact you if you owe back taxes, or tell you if you don't pay this, we're going to come and arrest you. That's not how the IRS operates. You're going to receive certified mail, notarized from the IRS. I mean, you're going to know if you receive a letter from the IRS. They're not going to call you and say, we're going to have local law enforcement come and arrest you if you don't do this. That's not how they operate. And one thing is, if somebody's calling you at this time, asking you for personal information, you should not be giving it out. Unless you filled out for a loan, unless you filled out to refinance your mortgage, things like that, nobody should be asking for personal information. And you know what? For those people who are unsure about it, maybe they live alone, maybe they just feel pressured, don't give in to the pressure. Run it by somebody else. Ask a friend, ask a family member. Send it to somebody else and say, what do you think about this? Because if they're telling you you have to act now, or otherwise this offer is not going to be any good, that's a number one sign that it's a scam.
And going along that topic, so say somebody claims they did get their check in the mail. Like scammers are saying, this is your check as long as you send back your personal information. Right now, this stimulus check is, still in the works. Like people shouldn't, at this point in time, be receiving those checks.
Yeah, correct. And you know what? If somebody's calling an individual saying they have their check, that's an issue. You need to call law enforcement, especially if they're saying you have to pay this amount for me to give it to you. Again, they're just trying to receive compensation. They don't have your check. They're just trying to get money, get gift cards off you. Don't give into it.
So if anyone has more questions or information, or want more information regarding the stimulus-related scams or the stimulus checks in general, how should they be going about it?
They could contact their local law enforcement agency. They could go on the Pennsylvania State Police website. It's www.psp.pa.gov, and they can obtain more information on that.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for talking scams with us today. Unfortunately, people are taking advantage of this pandemic.
They are. Just remember, be safe. Don't feel pressured into giving any information out there. Run it by somebody, and you'll be good to go.
You heard it here from Trooper Anthony Petrosky on this Trooper Talk Tuesday. Remember, watch out for the scams. Be aware, be smart, and if you have any questions, just contact your local law enforcement. Look online to government-related websites, and they will have all the information you need to get by. Thank you for tuning in on this Community News segment. We'll see you next time.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
From the bottom of our hearts, the WYLN TV 35 family would like to say thank you to all essential workers for your service to our community and for keeping us safe.
What's on TV? Plenty. WYLN TV 35, the best in local programming.
The Wolf administration encourages Pennsylvanians to support local restaurants with carryoutpa.com. Carryoutpa.com offers a broad list of restaurants offering takeout, curbside, or delivery services during the governor's stay-at-home order. PA restaurants that'd like to be added to the registry can register there as well. The Commonwealth's restaurant industry accounts for 10% of jobs statewide. According to the PA Restaurant and Lodging Association, 4% of the national gross domestic product is spent on eating out, with the restaurant industry generating around $863 billion in 2019. More than 70% of restaurants are single-unit operations, many of which are family-owned. And another summer favorite faced a pandemic postponement, this time in Pottsville. Yuengling announced Monday morning their 2020 Yuengling Summer Celebration, July 11th, will be postponed until next summer. After speaking with local authorities and monitoring the current pandemic, Yuengling stated that it could not, in good conscience, risk the health and well-being of their fans, artists, staff, partners, and vendors. Yuengling thanks their fans and community for their support and hope to be back next summer for a bigger and better celebration. Here's something for all the aviation lovers out there: the first ever socially distant air show. Over the next 3 days, from 3 to 5 p.m., the largest air show in the world can be viewed right from home. Thanks to Live Airshow TV, aviation enthusiasts can watch countries from all over the world take to the skies on social media and YouTube. So far, the lineup includes our home turf, Brazil, Canada, Italy, France, Switzerland, the UK, and much more. So, be sure to practice social distancing and check out the first-of-its-kind air show online. That's the news. Remember, the source matters now more than ever. You can get news updates on our WYLN News Facebook page or WYLNTV.com by clicking the LVHN banner for the real facts about COVID-19. Stay with us. Look at Today's Weather is next here on WYLN TV.
Hey guys, this is Ray Merrill from Blaze Alexander at Buick Cadillac GMC. How about a great lease on these Buick Encores? Only $199 a month with breakaway mirrors. For $100 more, you can have the Sierra or the Acadia.